Okay, so before the video starts, I just want to say, please watch the video all the way through because this video is a little bit different and there's a message that both Chewy and I want to talk about and spread. So this match was quite a while ago by the time I'm doing this voiceover. It was supposed to go up last week, but voiceover corrupted, like I said in the last video, and now I'm doing it over again. So at this time, it was pretty late at night, and this was both Chewy and I's last match before we go to bed. And little did we know that we're gonna find something interesting that's gonna happen. So as you can see here, Rafaela is trying to stop Ling from getting the blue buff, right? And Ling requested to help, but I wanted to help, but I couldn't because both Kagura and Rafaela was there, and the mid lane minions was pushing. And as a mage, I don't know how much I can do because we really rely on skill users. So that's just happened. And this is only the beginning. It only leads more into something more interesting that's about to happen. So I just want to quickly say that this voiceover is all gonna be done in one take. Whatever I say, if I mess up, I mess up. Whatever I say will be in there. It won't be edited because I want to keep this as real as possible. So Chewy was playing as Diggy, I'm playing as Leo, as you can see. And this Ling was very interesting. It started off normally, and then something crazy happened. Yeah. So in this game, our Ling was, I wouldn't say being toxic, because he wasn't really saying anything bad to our team. To us, he wasn't really swearing and using rude words. He kind of just gave up, should I say, and like ruined the whole game experience for everybody, especially our team who worked so hard to try to win, even though, you know, we were definitely gonna lose. So here I'm just really defending mid, because nobody else is here. Ling is farming, both Layla and Hilda are top, and Chewy's defending bot by herself against a Leslie. We're just chilling. This is normal. We thought like, oh, you know, this is, you know, regular normal game, yada yada. And then I don't know when it's gonna pop up, but then you can see right now that Brody and Rafaela are taking Ling's buff, his blue buff. And at this point, you probably shouldn't go in there, right? Because Kagura is also right there too. But Ling went in there anyways for the blue. And then after that, Ling was like, oh, you know, I'm just gonna give up. I requested to help 2 times and nobody came to help me in both the times. Like, you guys ignore me, GG, I'm not playing anymore. That's basically what he said, or they said. I'm sorry, I shouldn't assume their gender. That's what they said. And that's when things started getting really interesting. Now I wish you can see the chat at the side on what they texted, all the text and stuff, but I don't think you can when you watch a replay file. So Ling, at that time, what you just saw, most of you might agree, you know, there's practically 3 enemy team right next to the buff that you want. 2 of the enemy team is taking your buff, and 1 of the enemy, which is Kagura, is literally right next to the fight that's happening, and could literally pop in any second and kill. And it's only the 2 of us, me and Ling. 2v3, we have the number disadvantage, and not to mention I'm a mage. I rely on skill, so if I don't have my skills, I'm practically useless, which is quite unfortunate. And I wanted to help Ling, I really do, because Ling, all you Ling users or no Ling, he really needs a blue buff, otherwise he's gonna run out of like energy to jump on the walls. I think, similar to Fanny's cables. So he wanted the blue buff, which is understandable, but at that point you should know that if there's 3 enemy team right there, you shouldn't go in because you're just gonna die, you know. Like you can check if the other enemy team's blue buff is there, because you're fast, you can go across the walls and check. But like even if it isn't there, you can just wait until it respawns, right? Because your life is better than getting a buff, you know? Because if you die, you feed them gold, and the more gold they have, the stronger they get. Now you can see the slow well, I don't know how to say this, how Link slowly keeps feeding the enemy team. And because of Link feeding, it was really hard to kill them. And yeah, but like it wasn't like feeding, you know. Most feeders that you usually encounter, they will at least try, you know. They'll fight, but they're, you know, they're low level skill. They don't know as much, they just keep dying over and over again. But in this case, Link literally just goes in there and sits still and let the enemy team kill him. Which is really frustrating to see. It is quite annoying because now we're having a hard time fighting them, because they're fed. Ling fed them kills, which gave them gold, and now they're really hard to kill. And Ling, like, as of where the video is at right now, you just saw they stood still. But Ling would try to fight, but then, or like once they would try to fight, go in and fight, but Ling can't kill them because he's so low on gold. He has no build compared to others, and just keeps dying. And this Ling decided to time to give up, and he said in chat that all of us, his whole team, practically gave up, but that wasn't even true. Like the rest of us was literally still trying our best to clutch this victory, but spoilers, in the end we still lost. But we worked so hard though. I guess what I wanted to say was, sorry, I'm kind of rambling. What I wanted to say was that this was the first time Chewy and I encountered this. It was really unexpected. We have never met a player that behaved like this and just acted this way, because this lane request was the reason why they gave up was because nobody came to help him get the blue buff when the enemy team was trying to take it. But if you saw, Chewy was in bot lane, so far away, literally practically halfway across the map, and then Hilda and Layla are on top lane, also halfway across the map, slightly closer but still far away. So the only person that could really help Ling was me, because I'm in mid lane, right? I'm the closest to it, but I'm a mage. At that time, I don't think I really did much damage, and there were always at least 2 of them there. First it was Raphael and Kagura, then it was Raphael, Kagura, and Brody. Brody is a marksman. I know very well that I'm going to die to him if I try to help Link. That's why I didn't go in. I kind of backed off because I know I was going to die. I'd rather live than to die, because that's going to feed them kills. And this Link acted like they never gotten any trash players before, because all games, any team game you play, is guarantee you get match up with teammates that are really bad at the game, and that will constantly feed, you know, and like just die over and over again. And this Link acted like all the matches they played, no matter what, every single time they click that gather button, somebody or like all the team or his teammates all just come and help them. That's not how the game that's not how it works. Okay, that's like what you're imagining. There are some teammates that are like that, but that's not how it works. It's not gonna happen all the time. And they acted like this was the first time that they got a team of teammates that doesn't like to help Ling, but in fact 3 of us are really far away and 1 of us you know, can't really help because they're mage, don't have skills. Kind of hard to help because they don't have skills. And like out of that, you know, you start to give up and start throwing for the team. Like, I know it's frustrating because everybody experienced toxic players and like feeders, but why? But then like, you might have given up, but you ruined the whole game experience for the rest of your teammates. You know, you could have like, even if you kept dying, you could have at least, you know, put in effort to try to kill them or like farm something. You know, you don't have to just run in there and sit there and just die completely. Like, it made it so much harder for us to put, like, it made 10 times harder for us to try to like farm and get our gold up and like our what is it called? Our builds, our items. And we're really fortunate that we had this Leah, because Leah ended up becoming our carry. She got so strong. We were really fortunate. Sadly, she died though, but really good. And Chewie also played really well too. Great support by her. And I guess I just want to say that when you die so many times, I know it's frustrating, but don't start throwing the game because you're done. You know you can't win. You don't know that result until you finish a complete match, because you never know when you can get a comeback and win. You can go from losing to winning. You don't know when you get a comeback, you know. Same with the opposite way around. You might see a clear victory ahead, but if you stall for too long, then you might end up getting a comeback and win, and you'll lose. So even if you die a bunch, at least put in the effort to, you know, farm, kill, or do something useful like just clearing minions, because then your other teammates can, you know, farm and get higher in gold, and then that will also help your farm too, because it adds to our overall team goal, you know. And then maybe they can clutch this and win. But if you just gave up completely and start feeding, then there's like, that narrows the possibility of victory to so slim. And it's so frustrating just watching Ling go in there and just dying, literally not even attacking you. I don't know if that clip has came up yet, because I'm not looking at the video while I'm doing this voiceover, but there's this one clip where Ling literally ran in there, stood still, and 3 of the enemy team literally just like circled around him, just standing there too with Ling. And then until I think Raphael came in and killed him, I could be wrong. But yeah, that clip may have already passed or it didn't pass yet. But I just want to say it, put it out there. I know this video is about like don't feed and like don't ruin the. I know this video is about Ling, but I also want to say a quick message to like all those toxic players that blame their teammates that they're doing bad. I just want to say, what's the whole? What are you getting from being toxic? You know, you're mad because you're losing. Everybody wants to win. Let's get that out of the way. Even I want to win. Nobody likes to lose. But then when your team starts doing bad and you're being toxic to them, swearing at them, and then telling them they're doing bad, it doesn't help. It really doesn't help, because you don't know what they're doing wrong. Okay? Not everybody can start playing a game and be good at it. It takes time. The more you play it, the more skill and understanding of the game you understand more of the game the more you play, and your skill will eventually build up as you play more. So if you meet a player that's like doing bad and feeding, like
Our turret has been
yeah,
destroyed.
like doing bad and feeding, you've done a bunch of times. Instead of being toxic to them and like swearing at them, tell them what they're doing wrong, you know? Because the chances are, if they're doing bad in the game you were in with them, the chances are is that they're gonna also do bad and make the same mistake in other games that they play with other people. Because if you be toxic to them, they don't know what they're doing wrong, you know? It's hard to judge yourself, I guess, on like what you're doing well and what you're doing wrong. It's always easier to have another person tell you and give you advice, because like it's another person's view perspective. If you be toxic to them, they don't know what they're doing wrong or how to improve, because you're not telling them, you're just telling them that they're doing bad. And I'm sure to you they probably already know that. They don't need another person telling them that, you know, that they're doing so bad that they're practically throwing the game and making the whole team lose. They don't need that. Chances are they already know that. Here's the clip I was talking about, by the way. And as I was saying, chances are they'll know. They know that they're doing bad. They don't need you telling them that they're doing bad and yelling at them. What they need is someone to tell them what they're doing wrong so that they can fix it and improve. So the next game that they play, they know not to make the same mistake over again. So I'll give you an example. Say there's this person that bought the wrong build, and then when you check it, you're like, oh my god, you bought the wrong build. Instead of being toxic to them and yell at them, like say, yo, you're such an idiot. Why did you buy that build? So weak. Instead, tell them like, oh, you might want to switch this build out with something, with this, because it'll help your attack. It'll make you stronger. Or if you're dying a bunch, you can say, oh, you might want to buy this defense because everybody, you know, does magic damage. You might want to buy like an Athena shield so you don't die as quickly, instead of buying resurrection or something like that. You know, like these little advices can help somebody improve their gameplay, and then the next time they play, they'll know to check the enemy teams, like on who's physical and who's magic, and then they'll buy the correct item correspondingly to what the enemy team's damage is, you know? Or maybe they'll ask, you know, is the enemy team physical or magic, and then they can buy, you know? Like this, it might be not much, but it really helped your gameplay, and they'll know more, you know?
You can no longer move.
And so
Don't even try.
then like they'll improve, and then next time they play, they'll know and not get yelled at by another toxic player, you know? Yeah, so to all the toxic players out there, please, instead of swearing and yelling at them, tell them what they're doing wrong and help them improve. Then maybe later on in the game, because of your advice, they'll start doing better, you know, because they can do more damage. Or they won't die as much because you told them to buy a certain defense, you know. And then you'll see like, oh, you know, maybe we can win this, you know. But if you be toxic to them, they don't know what they're doing wrong, and they're just gonna continue making the same mistake because nobody's telling them what they're doing wrong. Nobody's giving them advice.
Don't even try.
That's the message I want to give to toxic players. I want to also give a message to new players, or players that like aren't quite experienced yet. I just want to say, don't be afraid to ask for help on what to buy, like what items you should buy to make yourself stronger, because you know, like asking, it helps to ask, you know. It's not gonna hurt you if you ask people. You might think you're kind of dumb, but like if you ask, you know, there's lower chance that you're gonna throw the game or like buy something wrong that doesn't benefit you at all. It's completely fine to ask, and Also, even if you are doing bad, don't give up, because maybe you're playing a late game character and you do better late game, you know? Early game characters, late game characters, there's a difference. Yeah, I think that's all I want to say. But speaking of late game and early game characters, I also want to say that to everybody in general, please know which characters are early game characters and which characters are late game characters, and don't yell at somebody if they have a late game character and does no damage in early game or is not helping. Because you can take Cecilia, one of Nature's best play, or any marksmiths really. I feel like they're late game. They don't do much damage early game, but they do a lot of damage late game, right? So if they're dying a bunch, they don't have much damage output in the early game. But they will do better in late game, depending on the character. You know, so please know the characters, and if they're late game or early game. Also, please know your roles, everybody. Please understand like the difference between the roles, because they're all different from each other. Once I had a guy, I believe, we got in a team, and then there's this person I was playing as Sparsa telling me to like, why isn't this Sparsa helping? You know, just sitting here watching me die. But from my perspective, all my skills are on cooldown, and the only thing I could do was, I really couldn't do anything. I was practically useless because all my skills were on cooldown, and then they were yelling at me because I wasn't helping, and they're like telling me to basic attack. Now I think about it, I could have basic attack, but like, how much is that gonna do really, you know? As a mage, basic attacking, how much is that really gonna do? Like, not because I have to be further than everybody else, but I still have to be relatively close. A mage, we stay far away, backline, you know, and kill them with our skills. And this person was telling me to basic attack, which is not how a mage is supposed to be played at all. I'm like, bro, I don't have any skills, I can't help you, I'm sorry, I really wanted to, but all my skills are on cooldown, and I apologize, but I can't help. And they're like, oh, you could just basic attack, but me basic attacking won't kill the enemy team, you know, it's barely gonna make a difference, especially if they're like a tank. So, yeah, so please know your roles and know how each role is played. Have a general idea at least, you don't have to go full in depth. Yeah. I know I was talking about new players doing bad and feeding, but I just want to clarify that this was completely different. This wasn't a person being new to the game or being a noob. I think it's more of them just giving up when something didn't go their way, you know? They didn't like one thing, and because of that, they decided to give up, which is really frustrating. I think that's everything I want to cover. I'm sorry if I was really rambling on a lot and something doesn't make sense. As you can see, this is when we actually started getting a comeback, thanks to Layla. I had a nice feeling though that we had a chance of winning, but sadly they started respawning and we need to head back to defend our base and we ended up losing because Layla died, which is really unfortunate. But after the game, Chewie wrote like a good 5 sentences on the report against this lane. It was kind of funny. I've never seen her done that before. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say. Oh, I want to quickly mention the enemy team for being good sports, especially this Genevieve that was chatting with this Ling all the time. You were really trying to get Ling to, you know, play again, give effort and stop feeding and play again, and really encouraging him to play. That was really appreciative. You know, knowing that the enemy team was also trying to help Ling play, Chewie also told Ling to stop feeding, but they were like no. I almost wanted to say that it didn't really matter anymore because Ling died so many times, they weren't worth gold anymore. I'm pretty sure. I think that's how the game works. The more they die, the less gold you're worth. So the enemy team wasn't really getting much gold from Ling anymore, so I wasn't really worried about that. It just really meant that it was a 4 instead of a 5v5, it was a 4v5. You know, we had one less player. It was unfortunate. It was so triggering since this was our last match, and both Chewie and I went to sleep angry. It was kind of hard to sleep, not gonna lie. Don't never sleep angry. That's a bad thing. It's gonna ruin your sleep. I was surprised I was able to talk for 25 minutes. You get to listen to my voice talking and rambling for 25 minutes. Yeah, I think that's just and I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. Remember, please don't be one of these a player like this. Please just always, you know, if you're gonna play, give it your all, even if you're doing bad, you know. Or if you don't know something else, your team, they might know, they might help you, because I'm rest assured they want to win as much as you do. And yeah, so thanks for watching. This is Daya doing the voiceover. Chewie out. I wish Chewie was here so she can give her thoughts. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. Hope you guys learned something from this. And next week's video will be back to normal videos. And yeah, see you guys next time. Bye.